So for the blue line and the green line, if you are trying to select something, all right, and you have a line, right, the blue and green select differently. So with a blue line, okay, this will select nothing because the entire thing has to be within it. With a green line, if the green line even touches just the smallest bit of the corner, it'll select the whole line. So this allows you to be precise when selecting, okay? Especially if you have stuff all over the place, right? You have lines everywhere, and you just want to go in and select something specific. If you do a blue box like this, you're probably going to end up with nothing, right? But if you do a green box, you can go like this, and any line that it touches, it will select it. Also realize that these pre-made shapes, right? You can't select just one of the lines. There's no way to do it because selecting just this line will select the whole thing. So if you have a green box and it accidentally goes over it, it'll select the whole thing. If you bring a blue box, it's not going to select anything. You have to go all the way around the whole thing. So that's the difference between green and blue. It'll be very important when you get to 6. So that's the difference there. Trim and extend. Trim and extend are the same button. All right. The way I generally explain it is, are you guys familiar with a paper cutter? Right? Where you put the big piece of paper and it just slices down and it trims everything. So imagine if you had a bunch of papers hanging off the end of the table. All right. Trim would just slice all of them. So let's say you had a bunch of lines here and all of these lines are going back and forth. And let's just say you wanted to get rid of all of these. This line right here would end up being what's called your boundary. And then you would just slice all of this stuff off. So you could just come here like this to trim. And you could click individually, or sometimes what I do is just drag a slice and they'll just trim it all off. And if, right? So if you wanted to come to trim and then just trim all this off, you can. If you want to try to trim this, sometimes it won't. I'm trying to control Z. So if you go to trim, it trimmed this. But other times it will not let you. And kids will come up to like, Mr. Kimmel, I'm trying to trim it, I'm trying to trim it. Why won't it let you trim this sometimes? Yeah, it doesn't have a boundary, absolutely. Thank you. Right? Yeah, so what it sometimes will do is it won't let you trim. So sometimes you actually have to select it and click delete. That's a definite thing. And then also too, if let's say you wanted to move this line up, let's say you grab this and you move this line over, right? Or something like that. And then you're like, oh man, all the lines are short now. I just trimmed them all off. Now I want to make an engineering change. You can do the same thing. You can just go up to extend and you can just click on them and it'll extend it out to the boundary. So it's kind of the idea of the paper cutter, only the opposite. Wherever that slicer, that boundary is, it says, well, there's not, I can either trim off the excess or I can bring it out to the excess. So the key things I wanted you to understand is blue and green are totally different. Also, you don't click and drag. A lot of you are clicking and dragging, which works, right? If you want to do kind of fancy things, but the general way to do it is to click and then click again or click and then click again. But yeah, you can go green like this and select basically all of it, or you can go blue like this through the middle and select almost nothing because it has to be completely in the box for blue. Anything the green touches, it selects. All right.